Up in.
Hey man, how are you?
Good. How's it going?
Good. I'm at the gym. Sorry.
Oh, cool. We just got back from there not long ago.
From the gym.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
Oh.
hey,
Hey, do you put out bandit signs?
pardon, what's that?
Do you put out bandit signs?
We've never done that yet. They're
Okay.
I'm a little hesitant because they get removed all the time. They're illegal in Dallas city limits. We still see them.
Yeah. I'm gonna put some out, but just do it like for the day and just like take it out at night.
They're high volume and you lose a lot. If you can find a private business that'll let you put it there so it stays, I think that'd be awesome. Shanoa suggested there's a typical format they like to use,
Okay.
and she suggested using it to like find buyer Bob.
Oh, okay.
We had a yeah, we had some deal with that, and that was the only time we ever considered doing them. We haven't done anything with them.
Okay. I did driving for dollars.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you use Snap Flip Bank?
I haven't really used it yet, but I need to start learning how to skip trace because there's a lot of properties over there that are nasty that I need to find owners.
What's up, Frank? Yeah, you can do it right on the app there. You can skip trace right in the app.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't done it yet, so we can definitely start working through that.
Right on. Yeah, if they do any good, let me know. I'd love to hear how the bandit signs do.
Okay. Yeah.
Frank, I found out that apartment complex owner, I misunderstood. He's not in foreclosure. He had filed bankruptcy. So my buddy's like, maybe he's distressed. If we contact him, maybe we could pull a deal out of it or something. What's up, Kyle, Amy? Good to see
Guten
you guys.
Morgen. Wie geht es Tag?
Don't be a Handschuh Schnibbelwerfer.
Howdy, y'all.
Hey, fun Halloween, guys. Hey, Josie.
We avoid the Halloween thing.
I did not eat nearly as much Halloween candy as I planned on for once. Remember one year I just ate Halloween candy all day. That's it.
I am protein.
It's all 50% off now. So
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
every year,
Oh, just
so
waiting
we're
to see.
reaching out to that 166 bed today to see if I can get the owners direct in there.
The one you were gonna go
Yeah.
tour?
On Friday.
Cool. Are you guys you're considering doing a capital raise on that asset or what?
It depends. I have a meeting on Wednesday with a very influential commercial real estate lender who has some high money philanthropists in their list. And we have a couple in another group, a couple of them in another group that we belong to. My hope would be that we could fund it with a JV.
Oh, okay. No 506, huh?
Yeah, no 506, just a JV. So that would be the best. So we'll see how that runs.
Cool. Big deal for a JV agreement, right?
It is a big deal for a JV, but
How would you do that with capital raise?
it wouldn't capital raise. It'd be a
Oh,
joint venture. So it'd just be money brought in from the people in the JV.
is it people with like with pre-existing relationship, obviously, but
No,
no?
it doesn't necessarily have to be. It's always good to have pre-existing relationship in a joint venture, but in some cases it's really understanding um, the business focus of those people. Um, uh, and this one might be one that's strictly driven by business focus for the first 5 years of the business. And then what'll probably happen at 5 years is I'll end up just buying it from them, whether it be a syndication or what, but we'll see.
Cool. Well, it's always good. Love to hear about it. All right. Well, I think looks like most people are here, but oh, Rosalind just joined. I wanted to hit our week a little bit. Our last couple weeks, we said in our email, we've been talking about more systems and time blocking, get our morning focus blocks, and then it has to be like a good dynamic system. Otherwise it'll just fall apart. You can't over schedule yourself. So a few of the tips I found is, don't jam too much into your calendar. It's got to be kind of flexible, and then make a wide error or margin for error. And I've started to realize it's going to take me twice as long to do everything as I thought initially. So I'm doubling my time blocks for the 1 hour, needs to be 2+ hours now as I get into this. And then it's important to have a third party for accountability. What we've been doing is religiously using our KPI sheets, especially with our VAs. We have this really nice end of day report that I've really started to enjoy, and we made it standard for everybody who's working for us. You guys all see this, right? Yeah, so it's standard end of day report, what they did, what blockers there are, tomorrow's plan, and then the time they clocked in and out. So here was our week well, it's kind of the month. We only knocked like not quite 20 doors, but we got 3 contracts right now going. The end of this last month was pretty crazy. So we have one that it's going to be like a land play. We're going to reinstate this lady's loan. And it was a weird deal because it's a contract for deed and she never filed the deed. So the original sellers from 20 years ago still have the deed. So we're trying to turn this into an actual conventional loan. But what we do is reinstate. Her payment's only like $500 a month. So we're doing 100%, 110% of PITI. And in 20 or 30 years or whatever, we're putting her on a 30-year lease back. So when they pass away, we just own the property now. It's like an $80,000 piece of land. I'm guessing it'll be $200,000 in 20 years, and we paid $5,000 for it. So that seems okay. We had this crazy mess divorce going on, and I got Sabrina Lopez on the phone because it was all Spanish speaking. So she's been incredible. If you guys need a closer in Houston, I want to introduce you to her and maybe bring her in some. But she was originally Grant's backup closer on my list, but she's a closer. She doesn't need to be a backup. So we got a great contact for Houston. And then I'm bringing somebody else in for short sales for Houston. Rebecca Strybeck. She's also been really kick-ass to work with. But I wanted to hit our other KPIs real quick. Our cold calling team's been super kick-ass. We made 8,278 calls for October with 4,512 text messages. So I also have a resource for you guys, and I was going to copy this link. This is Peter with the REI Closers, I think, and he's got a really great video on some of the objections that he overcame, and he's just does a way better job than I did. But another big dog showed me this, so I think you guys would like it if anybody's door knocking. And I also this is a really great video. I've been watching some more motivation on systems. I can drop this in the link because I know like Kyle wrote a book on systems. Amy's here. I don't want to bore you guys to death, but this is another good resource for you if you want. And then I wanted to talk about our third deal that we got on the hook with Roger and Rosie. So we weren't quite sure how to like categorize the auction, our new 13th strategy, if you guys have all heard about that with Rosie. But we kind of had a feeling that one of them would fit. We got from a door knock. And it had kind of thin equity, but I heard Rosie say, as long as you don't bring money to the table, it should work. So Jen worked this one, and I was going to have her talk about why you thought this was going to be appropriate for the auction, and it looks like it's going to work out for us like this so far. So we got to deal with them now too, I think.
Yeah, so I don't know, I guess as I was talking to him, I was trying to understand his situation. Um, because he had paid around 540 and owed over 600 or so. So, and it was in pretty good condition. And I think one of the biggest things that actually helped me solidify this was that not only does he want to sell, but he's done renovations, but we went to the house itself, and we were able to see how much land and how much value the property had. Granted, we didn't actually get into it, but we were able to actually see it, and it sounds like he kept it up pretty well. Um, and also just the town of Prosper in general seems to be really on the rise with all of the with all the commercial developments and all the infrastructure that's going in, which not only did we see that just from driving around, but also from the research that I've done. And they're growing a lot, and especially with the Costco and HEB, just having an auction just seemed a lot better than a novation or even us trying to wholesale it. Because if we're trying to wholesale it, no one's going to want this because it doesn't fit the 70%. The ARV minus times 70%, it doesn't fit that equation. For innovation, we already have one of those on the market right now, and it's not going very well. And so understanding this property, it just seems like it just fit an auction, and it seems pretty desirable too. So that was kind of how I decided to contact Rosie, and yeah, so they're helping us with this. So I'm really looking forward to it.
And it should be cool. I'm looking forward to it as well.
So do you have to have it under contract before Rosie will take it? Because I got the information on two houses that I have, but I don't have them under contract. Because I don't know what to put the contract for.
So I don't think you're actually supposed to have it under contract, but then I guess I do worry a little bit because we do know he's shopping around. And I say that because this homeowner actually did respond to a different phone number of ours that he didn't realize was ours. So I don't think you're supposed to have it under contract, which I should have asked them about that, and I haven't yet. But if
So
you can,
Because it's like a
I can try
it's a
and answer that.
referral then.
Yeah.
So what I've done with Rosie, and we haven't actually gotten this all the way across the finish line with them because typically, like the two that we had or two or three that we've had, the seller ends up either doing something else or just selling cash. Like we had one that was really good outside of, I think it was at Wimberley, and it would have been a great opportunity for everybody. And it was a couple. She was selling her mom's home. Her mom was failing in health, and then they were moving around. And it would have been great. It was kind of, because it ends up kind of like an innovation, right? You're just going to get a percentage off the top, and then bring the same investors over. But they ended up taking a cash deal because they didn't want to come up with stopping the foreclosure and some other things. Um, but yeah, we didn't have it under contract. It's typically gets under contract with, once you bring it to them, like what we have done in the past is we'll bring it to Rosie. She'll give us a valuation. We'll talk to them on the phone. Like we actually had Rosie on with the two, the husband and wife along with us, and basically laid everything out, got any questions answered, and then we're just waiting on getting that contract signed. So I think having a contract signed works. I mean, just like anything else, it might change. So I think that's okay if you have it. If you don't, you just let Rosie know that you don't and that you need evaluation. She'll take a look at it and then kind of give you guidance. I mean, she's always been really great with that for us. So I don't think you have to have it locked in.
Frank, for us, it's like, how do you know this deal fits an auction? Because I thought about them a lot, and the way Roger explained it to me was as like a last ditch effort, kind of if you can't come up with anything else and you're basically on the way out of the door, you can say, well,
I
by the
mean, it's
way, there's
yeah.
also this, but that's not how we'd been thinking about it. But how are you approaching it like that?
I mean, it's almost, I mean, it just depends on, like you said, on a low equity. I mean, it's certainly there's because you're gonna bring the same, hopefully you're gonna bring the same investors, right? So the ones that are going to be at the courthouse, that you bring them and you have them bid against each other here. And so you kind of drive the price up, and it's a fixed price. That was one of the things that, you know, in this last one, they wanted it to be at a fixed starting price, right? And so, you know, we gave them a valuation on what we thought it would be, and they were happy with it. I think they just didn't want to have to stop. This was, I think, an October one. They didn't want to have to stop the foreclosure. They wanted it just a cash deal and be done. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if that answered your question.
I said that's kind of
Yeah,
what I did is I looked at all the options. I looked at it. Could we wholesale this? Could we flip it? Would it work for an ovation? And I just kind of went through everything and auction just seemed like the best way to go, especially with it being a house that was semi-renovated as well.
Hmm. I mean, even and I mean, semi-renovated has some, you know, some good value to bring, you know, for an investor. You know, while it's not at that, I mean, this one I think had plenty of equity. That's where it worked for us, or there was equity for them to gain. But it is definitely, I mean, if you can stop the foreclosure, you know, if that's what you're up against, if you can stop it and get more time out of it, because it's not going to be considered a retail sale, right? You know that it's not going to go as a retail sale, so it's still kind of an investor style. It's just hoping to bring those investors, and it doesn't have to be that 70% deal, right? But you're
So
going to bring some attraction to it.
it's got to be
does she have any data on like how she's been able to, I know when I heard the pitch, it was like, you get over what they're asking for sometimes, but does she have any stats on it yet?
I don't know. I didn't ask her. She's got a Friday coffee that
Yeah, I went to a couple weeks ago and they didn't really discuss that
yeah.
part. And this
It
Friday
might
I
be
have another
because
conference.
she's not. Yeah, they might have. I think she was mostly just bringing that to the big dogs, right? She's talking to
Mhm.
folks outside of that. So
That form just said big dog. So, I mean, I have three that I think would fit, that I just got, I mean, that they're open to it. But I was like, that's the missing piece that I was hoping to get an answer here is, I'll call and see if I can't set up a meeting, make sure I understand it. But I have three that there's no other options for them, I think. And this seems like if it works. I hate to get their hopes up though. I just want to know what the percentage of success is
yeah,
on houses that have been on the market. Because these are off-market properties. As I mentioned, I'm trying to go to off-market properties instead of on market. So that means they didn't sell.
right.
makes sense. How many do you have under contract right now, Amy?
I have zero under contract right
Oh,
now.
really? I think you're gonna say like 30 or something.
And yeah, no, because I was tired of lying to people.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what it boils down to. I mean, to get people's hopes up, and take it personally when I can't find that end buyer or do anything for them when they are below 70% deals, and we still can't find them. And so the other thing that we're doing is, I'm looking at different markets and I did an algorithm on other states to find out, like looking at the criteria for trying to stay ahead of the curve because Texas went down on wholesaling, but like Missouri, what do I have? Connecticut, Ohio, Indiana, Greensboro, North Carolina. And so I'm finding pockets that are moving the low days on market, the inventory and all that stuff, and number of wholesaler or investors in those markets. So I'm trying to develop an AI tool that I can go and look at different markets, the top ones, but I haven't quite got that down yet. But I'm moving out of Texas for wholesaling.
interesting. I remember when we were at Shanoa's house, Nicolo talking about their inventory. They look for markets anywhere in the US that has, I think, 30 days or less, right?
Yeah, I've looked at positive medium home value, so I'm looking at narrowing that niche down, low days on market, and large number of investors. So those are the three criteria that I'm trying to use to have AI generate some nationwide data, but it's getting overwhelmed. So I want to stay ahead of it. I don't want to get another market that's on the down for wholesaling.
With ChatGPT,
Mm-hmm.
I've had some cool prompts for that. I have a mobile home park evaluator, so I built it and you just drop it in there and it spits out in a minute when it takes me 30 or 40 minutes. But Frank can also help with that too, I would think. Don't want to speak for Frank, but
I can, yeah. I can. I got a couple that I'm running.
I feel like I miss Frank. I used to talk to him like a couple times a week, and now I'm not.
we're all got so busy, you know. Here's something cool I've done with ChatGPT as well. So I went and I stole the marketing materials, the door hangers other people had, and then I just uploaded it. I can't pull up the file here, but I said break this down, and I've taught this particular project like some marketing stuff and whatnot. So it broke down everything they're doing, what's missing, how to beat them. And then I'm like, okay, well, create a realistic image of what you said on how to beat them, and then it comes down here and it gives me 2 door hangers. I'm like, whoa, that's super awesome. The other thing is I've just been sitting there talking to it a lot, and then it'll spit something out. Like this is how I came up with the system for you, Frank, with mobile home parks. And when I'm done
Mhm.
talking to it, then I just copy it, put it into like a, Word or Pages or whatever,
Mhm.
edit it, make it all how I want it, and add in graphics and whatnot. And so it's such a short time shortcut for building systems like we're talking about too.
Big time.
Maybe you guys know that, but that's how I've been using it. I like it a lot. My VAs call it Chad GPT.
Chad GPT, they named it.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I refer to it as my business partner.
Chat
Chat.
yeah,
Tat. My business partner.
Amy GPT. Well, you guys, have you had any victories from last week? I just talked about everything we're doing, but what do you guys got going on?
Just those 3 properties. That's all I have.
Cool. Well, for next week, for this week, it's gonna be a cool week for us. I'm driving Wednesday to Alabama to go drive mobile home parks all week. So I'm kind of taking myself out for part of it, but it's good. We're getting a feel for everything that's out there. We're finding that what we expected, most of them are mom and pop parks. They're all mismanaged with tons of value add and opportunity everywhere, but over half the parks are gone now from what we're finding from our original lists. So I'm curious, there's supposed to be 44,000 in existence. The way they're going away, I think there's less than that now.
Why are they going away?
Because they're mismanaged and undervalued, and the rents are way too low, and they're run down, but they're typically in good locations because they built them back in the 50s through the 70s, and then the towns grow around them. So developers love to get their hands on them and tear them down and make higher, better
Make
use.
something out, yeah.
Mhm.
And the cities won't let them build them typically anymore.
Right.
Oh,
That's a huge advantage, is the massive barriers to entry by government guaranteed blocking that you can never build a park.
Mhm.
There's also a lot of grants for LIHTC right now. And
For
so
what?
LIHTC, low income housing.
Oh, okay. Well, we're completely unsubsidized.
No, I understand that, but there's a lot of, the reason what that's a big deal is because there's a lot of low income housing grants available for builders to build low income housing.
Oh,
And
I got you.
so being able to replace mobile home parks in that capacity using some of the grant money that's available is probably one of the other reasons why a lot of them get bought up and get replaced with low income housing tracts.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we found One of them's a medium-rise building in Dallas where there used to be a mobile home park, and they're still hidden all over the place though. There's right next to downtown Grapevine. There's one right behind the Gaylord Hotel between the Wolf Lodge and Gaylord. So there's a bunch of them still existing. But Kyle, how was your last week, man? I think you're gonna be talking about SEC soon in a couple weeks with Mike.
Yeah, we gotta, I'll be one of our big dog colleagues has a boot camp, a 3-day boot camp that's coming up. I don't know if you all know Mike Lawrence. I know Lisa does. But Mike Lawrence is another big dog, has a lot of experience in residential space, rehabs and flips, some pretty big dollar rehabs. Did a $1 billion asset over the last few years. Another really large multi-million dollar project in somewhere down by Bee Caves, which was a really big turnaround. Single house, large property, turned it into multiple estates on the same property. So that was kind of cool. But Mike used to own and still does, but it's not as active as his real estate business. Used to be heavily into a marketing brand. I think like 46 locations around the United States, pretty big company. But he's holding a 3-day conference on the 14th, 15th, and 16th of November. And so I'll be speaking at that concerning SEC compliance and governance and the rules that everybody breaks. So
Try not to. I think I should be there too.
yeah, I'll find the link here a second. I'll post it in the chat.
All right, very good.
The conference is called Amplify the Light.
Cool,
So I
thanks.
dropped it into the chat. It's currently on what do you call it? Early bird. Still on early bird special.
Here it is right here.
So but it's $250 per ticket right now. And if you buy a ticket and then you refer somebody and they buy a ticket, you'll get your ticket price back. So
Yeah, and he was wanting more people there, so sign up, you guys, if you want. It'd be cool. I rearranged my plans to be there. I was just talking to Mike this weekend, so looking forward to it.
yeah, it'll be a good event.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Anyway,
Very
yeah,
good.
we've just been cranking like crazy on our commercial stuff. We have still looking for some investors on both of the assets we're closing in November. So if you're interested in or have passive income that you want to get invested, you might still have time for both assets with an SDIRA if you moved on it like today. But the asset here in Texas will close in 10 days. And then the one that's in Florida closes at the end of the month. So we still have about 400,000 available in the one in Florida, and not quite that in the one here in Texas.
Cool. I keep wanting to get you on the phone sometime too to talk about this more, what you've done, and show you my stuff maybe if you're interested.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
yeah, I wanted to point out Ben, he's been on here a few times. He just hit doors for the first time this weekend, I think. So there's a
Great job,
big thing
Ben.
for Ben. Yeah, he's in the gym right now. So, but nice work, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome. So Ricky, anybody else? Jocelyn or Rosalind? Jesus. I just combined Josie and Rosalind because you guys are on top of each other on my screen here. But please chime in, tell me how your last week went and what your goals are for next week.
Door knocking, door knocking, door knocking. I, for some reason, just really like it. So we had a interesting story. We'll see this. So those ladies that I contacted that very first week that I went door knocking, these older ladies that wanted to sell their property, it was just a straight sale. And they have just been, they're older, they're not moving very quick. Anyway, so my partner and I live around the corner from them, so I've been stopping in every 7 to 10 days to say hi, how you doing? Anyway, long story short, we finally got in touch with a family member that has a little bit more clarity than these two women. And interestingly enough, I mean, just this poor woman, the owner has a friend who somehow became power of attorney over her finances, a friend who's been, yeah. So anyway, it looks like we got the green light from the nephew to go and help them, and it looks like we're gonna actually get this deal
Nice.
done. So it's just interesting, like the persistent, consistent, keeping, follow up personally, like in person, went over there several times. So we'll see. Anyway, we got a big thumbs up from him. Please help my two aunts. We need to get them out of this house and out of the situation.
That's awesome.
So that was good. And then had another opportunity, actually lost out to another big dog. Which was kind of
You're in the right
interesting.
playing field at least, right?
Right. So that was good. But reached out to Buddy Henderson, who was really, really helpful, at least just to help us walk through the process. So that was good. And yeah. So
He's the
that's it.
original big dog, right?
What's that? Buddy?
Isn't he
Yeah.
Yeah. I met him. That's cool.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. So anyway, just, continuing to do the door knocking, we're shifting, Austin's a little more lean with the foreclosure list, like in Austin proper. And so we're shifting our focus a little bit to looking at like obituaries and sending out maybe letters to people who've lost family members and see if we can't approach it from that angle as well. So
I'm really curious about the probate as well. And then I remember Josie, have you guys been talking more? Because she was interested in adding in probate, right?
Yeah, we're still interested in it, just haven't moved on it yet. I think when we get some of these commercial assets closed, we might have more bandwidth
yeah.
To deal
Oh,
with
yeah.
that. But yeah,
Sure.
it's been hand to mouth, just cap raising for 2 deals at once. It's been crazy.
So anyway, so that's been my journey the last couple weeks.
Awesome. Has anybody used those KPI sheets I handed out? I really love seeing my own tracking on the doors.
I really should do that. I need to do that. I will commit to doing that for the next week.
It's pretty nice to see, and then it totals it for the end of the month. And I was told, Brett Mott said, once you're proficient, you could guess on like 150 door knocks per deal.
Mhm.
Like shit. And then I heard Grant say he's like, don't hold me to this number, but maybe 50. I'm like, damn it. Well, he's like the superstar, right? That guy's the outlier. So I don't think I'll ever get there, but 150 would be fine with me. The other thing is, Ricky, how was your last week, man? This guy is a super door knocker. He's hit over 1,000 doors.
Yeah, no, I went knocking, or I think it was my brothers. I went on not last Saturday, but the Saturday before. And like it's the first house they knocked. The guy was like, "Oh shoot, like yeah, I saw this, but I was praying for something to, like someone to help us out, and you guys showed up at our doorstep." So yeah, we locked them up. We had to get them to file Chapter 13 because their auction was originally for tomorrow, and so we did that. So right now I'm working with Grant Gale, and Nico Fazio, and we're gonna try to move that thing. We're gonna wholesale it.
So an
Right.
interesting
Wow.
thing on the Chapter 13
Mhm.
is until it actually gets signed by a judge, it's not in Chapter 13. So it can delay a process to allow you to get other things in place. And then
Okay.
you cancel the Chapter 13.
Okay.
Just a thought. I've
Okay.
seen probably in my 30 years in IT, I've seen probably 15 of my clients use that as a tactic it's like a financial pivot. They know they've got money coming in down the road that's not coming in. It's going to be 120 days out. The Chapter 13 usually takes a year to get done, but it delays all of your payment out. They get a project done, they finish it, they pay off all their vendors and cancel the Chapter 13.
Okay.
I
All right.
it's such a strategy. So
Oh yeah.
just
Yeah, yeah.
FYI.
That's why I use I had Grant because yeah, like Grant is the superstar, so I usually lean
Yeah.
on him all the time. And so I usually go to him for like tips, tricks, just anything,
have-
honestly. So
you have legal expense to make that thing happen, but usually the cost of the legal expense in the onset isn't as much as it would be if you actually finished the filing. Definitely wouldn't be, because now you don't have 7 to 10 years worth of headache.
oh yeah. So but yeah, that's what I was working on last week. Other than that, like I'd be door knocking because yeah, I think I try to hit around like 15 to 25 doors a day. I go around like 4 to 5 times a week. So I try to get the numbers up when I'm knocking. So, but yeah, I was kind of focused on that one last week, just trying to keep in touch, trying to make sure the homeowner was actually like kind of just doing everything that he was saying. So I'm gonna probably check in here with after this meeting here. So I'm gonna just call him up.
Where are you out of?
Dallas.
If you at all want to make a trip down to Austin and spend a Saturday training a couple folks, I think that would be great.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'd have to talk.
Can,
Yeah, I gotta talk to the wife and see if she's okay with it.
we can make something happen. Make
Okay.
it a 2 day, make it a couples trip. Come on down. We got a king bed.
All right. All right.
Well, I
All
think
right.
part of
I'll
the
mention it to her.
struggle here is, like Lisa said, is, you know, Dallas and Houston seem to have a very extensive foreclosure list. And I've even gone on the county website, and like there's maybe 10
Yeah, I did,
in
and
all
I
of
did the same
Williamson
thing.
County. And then there's Travis County, and there's about the same number there. It's interesting. I don't know, but
Yeah, I was gonna suggest maybe you guys do a field trip to Dallas or Houston too. I'm happy to door knock. I'm sure Ricky is too.
Yeah, it's always nice
that
having
might
an
be
extra
better.
person.
There's more options.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like usually I go knocking with my brothers whenever they're not working, and so like having another person's always it's always nice. So it's just kind of just for me in my mind, I feel like when you knock with another person, it kind of just solidifies like what's been going on, and it kind of just like you got one person there, yeah, that's cool, but like 2 people there, kind of just going at it, telling the same thing. It's like, all right, well, so there's something here, right? It's not a scam. Because I've had a lot of people. I had one guy say, "Yeah, we've had a lot of people knocking our door fishing for foreclosures." I was like, "Dude, what does that even mean? Like, no one's trying to scam you. This is just county records, dude." Like,
It's misery loves company too, right? Door knocking's not all that great to get out.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Especially if you're out there in like West Fort Worth. That's tough.
But then Ricky and I have been also coordinating on leads, so I wanted to mention this to you guys because we're both buying Grant's leads, but Grant's getting them from somewhere that won't even skip trace them because they're so fresh. So I'm finding that he's got leads that I don't have. I have leads that he doesn't have. And then just going off the county website too, we had our VAs spend some time pulling all of that. And that got us a huge list that nobody had, of like another 30 people for January auctions now, I think, for a substitute trustee or something. But that's where we're finding our best leads.
So that's interesting. So he's getting him before hitting the substitutive trustee list?
Well, I think his are from X leads. Is that right? He told me the guy won't even skip trace them. They're like they're pulling them all off the websites. The county.
Oh yeah, with those. So yeah, so some of the grant leads, they're when they say pending, he's like, oh yeah, those are. He told me they're super fresh leads. He's like, yeah, he's like they could get their notice tomorrow. They could get their notice in like a month. We don't know. They're just super fresh though. That's all we know about it.
Yeah. But I'm seeing how like, so I thought I had like everything covered, right? With my niche. Well, we don't, but then he doesn't have everything covered either. So it's like everything out there seems imperfect, right? And so you just kind of
Yeah.
combine what and get as many good ones put together as you can.
Well, and it's a little bit of a moving target, I feel like, too, because these roll so quickly
Mhm.
that, you know, month to month or even week by week.
Totally.
So-
Or we called one that was like hot off the press and they're like, yeah, it's under contract. We already got it.
Oh yeah,
So maybe Grant got it. I don't know.
I've been there
Wow.
before.
That speed to the punch helps a lot though. I've found quite a few times where we're the first person there notifying the homeowner.
Yeah.
But the our biggest mover I think lately has been a lead scoring and follow-up system because I'd go door knock once, leave a sticky note, and never think about it again. It wasn't working that great. So now we have a prioritization on who gets the most follow-up, and then the low priority still getting hit, like maybe weekly now or something. I forget. We're still a work in progress, but that gave us huge results. Made the phone start ringing a lot more. Well, Rosalind, you said your audio is not working? All right. Anybody else got anything to say from what with the accountability? I'm trying to give you guys KPI sheets, and I can't really provide like the third person whip cracker here, but at least sharing them in the group and kind of putting out those SMART goals that they're attainable and what you're working on every week, and then coming back here and showing what we've done, I think is my best. So if anybody else has anything to contribute, please.
How many times do you knock the same door, or do you just do like one and done? Like if you talk to them and they don't want it, then you just move on.
I haven't been going back to the same doors. Just 'cause
Okay.
it's so time consuming and
Yeah, they're so spread out.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's give them your card and say, well, you know, if you need more information, give us a call.
Okay, that's good to know.
I think for me, if they're in a general area, so I like to like keep all my houses like in a general area. And so if they're in a general area and I have talked to them before, I usually try to at least go see them and see if what's going on, see if they change their mind or anything. So it just kind of just depends on. So yeah, I have re-knocked houses before, and there have been times where they're like, "Oh yeah, we're already under contract," or they get the same response, or they give me the same response, like, "Oh, get off my porch." So it's like it's a hit or miss. But I have re-knocked houses before if I see them just pop up again, or if I have it highlighted on my spreadsheet saying, "Hey, go re-knock them." So it just depends.
You know, I've been
Okay,
keeping
is
an
that-
eye on this one property ever since we door knocked it in August, and we were literally like, maybe it was early September. We got kicked, like slammed the door in our face. The lady was like, "What are you talking about?" Well, I just looked it up, and it's going into foreclosure tomorrow.
No way.
Yes, Livingston.
We need to call them. Yeah, this
Mhm.
lady.
She was so mad, and she's like, "What are you talking about?" Because we were probably the very first people that showed up, and the status never changed. We've emailed, we've tried to call. I think the only thing we need to do is literally go there right now.
Yeah.
If we
Yeah, I'll be like,
knock on their door.
bankruptcy. Sorry, that's all you
Maybe
can
we
do.
should, anybody want to knock that? It's in North Dallas today. It's like a $2.5 million home in a super nice neighborhood.
I mean, I can knock it. I'm gonna go knock in a little bit here.
Yeah, it's so they're going to foreclosure tomorrow. It's
Okay.
a 4417 Livingston. She literally slammed the door in our face. Like, what are you talking about? And
A very big, nice
so
door.
yeah, we gave her our number, but I'm sure she's like crumpled it up and threw it away.
So hold up, I'm gonna write that down here. He said 4417 Livingston.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I feel like I've been there. Give me 1 second. Sounds familiar.
You're driving up and there's just huge houses everywhere, and it's a very nice house when you go to it. She said, "Oh, my husband handles that," and then it's just kind of nice until she almost broke her giant door slamming it on her.
No, she was nice when she answered the door. When we started talking and she started recognizing what we were saying, that's when it all hell broke loose and she was like, "Oh, wow. Wow."
So if it's a nice house, that's definitely you got to hit him with the Queen of the Castle approach there. I do that for all houses, but that's a really good one to do with Queen of the Castle.
Hey, I like that. That's a tip he gave me. I've used it a few times and it helps break down that initial barrier. You just say, "Are you the king of the castle or queen of the castle?" And then it gets them to open up a little bit.
Oh, that's the opening line. Are you?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, what I do is I try to before I even knock the door, I try to look at something in the yard. So if I see like some people got like a Dodgers flag out there. So if I see that today, I'd be like, oh, back to back. I'll try to make a baseball reference to them. If I see that they play a certain sport, if I see like a basketball hoop outside, I'll look over there, and if they answer the door, I was like, oh, looks like someone's a hooper here. And so, I try to because they're already thinking like, what do you want? So if you kind of just like break that little barrier down and just get their guard down a little bit, then. But yeah, the good one, that I always use if I don't see anything is either king of the castle or queen of the castle, and so when they answer the door, I'm like, hey, he must be the queen of the castle. And usually I try to get them to laugh, and then I try to make a friend at the door, and then after that, once their guard's down, then I kind of go through my pitch.
That's a good way to do it. So the other thing I heard, Josie, you said leave a business card, which I've never tried that. I just got the tip, and I was telling Ben this too. I leave a sticky note. I have a specific sticky note I copy every single time. I have a photo of it.
I got my sticky note.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, his is just call me, right? But
Yeah,
I
mine just
put a
says call
happy-
me.
Oh,
That's from Ben, right? He does that.
No, that was Peter. Peter does this one. I think Ben and Alex might do it as well, but I know Peter for sure does it because I've ran into doors where I've seen this note on the ground.
I've taken
I'm
his
like,
off before.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's the other thing. Steal everybody else's marketing that's for foreclosure, and then if you have a sticky note instead of a business card, you can usually slip it in between the weather
Mhm.
seal and the door.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so like it goes all the way in, so nobody else can take your sticky note off.
Yeah, that's what I do that. Or if you can't do that, I try to like sneak it in above the door so that, if they open the door, it'll fall right on their head. So I try to do that as well. But yeah,
I've
you
also-
gotta hide the notes though.
Definitely, yeah. But you can't touch the
Okay.
mailbox, right? That's a felony.
Yeah,
But
you can't touch the mailbox. But yeah, like if I see
Inside the
people,
screen. So if anybody else goes up, they don't see my note. It's the homeowner will see it when they open the screen.
I have a question about the chapter 13 approach. So there's another gentleman I was talking to, and he's like adamant, I'm not moving. He's played the system really well for like on and off for like the last 15 years. Sometimes he pays his mortgage, so most of the time he doesn't. It's amazing. But his property's scheduled. I'm gonna call him when we get off the phone here to see if it was supposed to foreclose tomorrow. Is it still an option at this hour to do a chapter 13 if he's open to that?
Yeah, you can, here's from paraphrasing or parroting Chris Alcedo.
Uh-huh.
He's like, this is not official, but apparently, even if you file bankruptcy in the state of Texas on the same day after the auction has already happened, he's never seen a judge not accept the bankruptcy and stop the foreclosure. So same day it'll still work, but that's a whole bag of worms too, because if you text anything to a seller and then they take your advice and go file bankruptcy and it's written, you're practicing law now. So another coach will say, don't ever do that. And I would not give them this advice until you're under contract, and then don't do it written, because they can do it pro se, but they also have to take a little course and be there in time and whatnot. So just I was like, oh shit, because we did give it out in text before. So we don't do that anymore though.
Wow. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
And
All right.
ensure that you're always making the referral. Have you talked to a lawyer about this option?
Okay.
And that's not suggesting that they go do it. It's that they talk to a lawyer about other options they have available. So it's no big deal to make a suggestion to go talk to somebody else for reference.
Mhm.
It is it's a bigger deal when you tell them you should do this or you can do this.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Also, if you guys need a TRO attorney who will actually jump on the phone with you, we got a great guy in Dallas. Jen, does he go outside of Dallas? Do you know?
He's all over Texas.
Okay. James how do you know?
Minerve.
Minerve, really great. And if anybody wants that, I can put his contact in here.
Yeah, he's
Yes,
a TR.
please.
Yes, please. Yeah, TRO.
He does get very busy the week before the auction, and he's like almost running around with the chicken with his head cut off or something. But so the sooner you can get to him, but I guess it doesn't really make sense to do a TRO unless it's last minute because you're trying other
Yeah.
options ahead of time, right?
But he's more available than any attorney I've ever met, I think. Sometimes he'll even text you back and jump on a call with the seller.
Wow. That's nice.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice. And he's got a whole checklist packet put together for people, and he does a pretty good job. He can still get a TRO done the day prior, I think, if he's been working with you already. If you called him today, I doubt it would work.
Mhm.
Oh.
And he's in the Dallas area, just curious.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, he's not.
No, I think he's in Houston. I
Oh.
think he's physically located. I think,
Oh, he's in
don't quote me on that, but
Okay.
somewhere, not
Mhm.
not in the Metroplex though.
Very good. Well, guys, if we got nothing else, I want to get to work and have a
I
kick
want
ass.
to show you what we have. Trying to get to this, but I'll share this real quick with you. This is what we have. You can do these. This is on Vista. But Fresh Start Flips is our business for residential real estate. And so you can do these. They don't have to be a business card size. You can do a little bit larger. Like this is a 5x8 card. And so we do the front of it with our connections and then the back of it with what the options are. And then a QR code to the website.
Nice.
So
I also saw it suggested to get a sticky pad with your logo, kind of you can write over it, that's transparent or whatever,
yeah.
to add some credibility rather than just a plain sticky note.
Yep. And people don't like it when you open up their door. So try not to get in the habit of opening up a glass door and sticking something on the inside.
Mm.
Yeah, trying to, because as soon as you open up that door, you have invaded their privacy. So
I'll second that.
Yeah.
I was trying to push my sticky note between the weather jam and the door,
yeah,
and a dude opened it and he's like, "What are you doing?"
Mm.
Like, here, you want my note? He wasn't really happy. I didn't get that deal. So.
Yeah.
The dogs are the thing that freaked me out. I don't want to.
Oh yeah, the dog. So usually with dogs, if I hear it, that's one I'll say. I'll just say, oh yeah, looks like you got your guard dogs there. What kind of dog you have? And I just have them talk about their dog for a little bit, and I usually just pull up my dogs, and then after that, then I go into the pitch.
Some of those dogs, like
Yeah, some of them are huge though.
the one we got with the auction right now, it was like I was almost scared to just put the sticky note on the guy's screen and leave. We didn't try anything extra there, and it worked out because of this giant dog trying to get through the door.
Oh yeah, there's a few of them with like huge dogs that are actually a guard dog, and you're like, okay, well, gotta tread carefully with this one. But no, dogs are pretty cool though. I got I love the guard dog approach with that one. Like I said, it gets their guard down a little bit, especially if you get them to talk about their dogs. Same thing with cats because I have 3 cats, and so whenever I see a cat or if they have a little outdoor cat that they feed, I usually try to mention that, have them talk about the cat. So that's another approach that I do. But yeah, no, probably the craziest response I've gotten was, or at least not even me. My brother had someone straight up will go into their house and grab their gun on him, so he just left.
Oh,
And I had a guy out in Prosper who he wasn't happy with me being there, and he was like, "How do you know what's going on?" I was like, "Well, just county records, dude. Like, it's just public knowledge at this point." Well, how would you feel if I just went in my house and grabbed my gun and shot you? And I sat there. I didn't really. I was standing there. I looked at him and I was like, Well, I was like, well, that wouldn't really be ideal. I'm just trying to help you out, dude.
why would you shoot the guy trying to help you, buddy?
As I think that kind of stumped him a little bit, and he just kind of slammed the door on me. So I still left my note. But yeah, that was probably. I had my youngest brother with me on that one. He was trying not to laugh because I had the most nonchalant response to that. It was insane.
Funny. The one other thing on the note, I read that if you put a happy face on it, it can increase your response rate by up to 10%.
That's
yeah,
so
I mean-
interesting. I was gonna do a happy face, and then I thought it might really piss people off because, hi, I'm here to tell you about your foreclosure. Smile. But okay.
I can show you my note here if you guys.
What I do is I do this guy. Read me.
Oh, that's good.
Mm.
Yeah, here's mine. I got mine just call me with my number on it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
It kind of just because I used to have a long one saying, "Hey, I help stop foreclosures. I can help you go over your options." I used to have that note, and I didn't get a big response from that. But whenever I did, it was kind of just a hostile one. And so
Yeah.
now I just have the call me ones, and people are like, "Yo, what do you want?" And I'm like, "Oh, I visit a lot of homeowners in the area. Drop off a lot of notes. Can you remind me who I'm talking to?" And then that's how
Oh, there you
I
go.
get them to open up a little bit.
Here's the one we're using, or I'm using.
That's a good one. Lisa and I wrote
Yeah.
a little more when we went that one day.
Yeah.
Something's working sometimes. It's nice when you get out there and somebody actually calls you back.
That's how we got the auction, actually, the
Yeah.
rivet auctions. Is that actually there were a bunch of dogs there and we were kind of scared to knock on it, so we just left the note and ran. So
Oh my goodness.
That dog meant business. I didn't want to stick around and find out.
Oh my God.
Well, cool, guys. It's looking like the hour's coming to an end. So thanks for being here. Please invite anybody else. If you find this valuable, let us know. If you find it sucks, please let me know too. I'll try.
Should we do the sucks part privately? Maybe.
Yeah,
There's already enough people on this group taking our ideas away. What are you talking about? We want more?
I know. Right?
Appreciate y'all sharing.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Have a great day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have a great
Thank you.
week.
Okay.
Thanks all.
Ciao for now.
Team.
Gosh, you
Bye-bye.
guys are all telling us what to do.
Peace.
It-
Bye.